Welcome, everybody, to another live session here on a Monday while I'm trying to set up my system here. Let me just turn on the lights. There we go. Much better. How is everybody doing? Happy Monday. What are you up to? What are you doing? How did you build your business? How did you improve your systems, your processes, your sales, your leads, your operations, whatever? How was it today? What did the weekend do to you? Let me know in the comments. I'm really always interested in how you are doing, how your business is doing, and how we can help you out the most. So today it's Monday. And before I lose my connection here, so today is Monday, and that means that we are going to do a live session, a live stream about a topic, about a lesson that is connected to our monthly topic. And a monthly topic this month is about sales, getting you more sales. Yes, that's an important topic for all the businesses out there. If you want to have a decent business, you want to have good sales. So tell me in the comments if you're watching this live or in the recording, what do you feel like is the biggest struggle in your sales process right now? Are you converting enough sales? Are you closing enough deals? Is it difficult to get people on a phone call? Is it difficult to get people to say yes to what you're doing? Do you know your closing rate? Do you know your conversions? And so on and so on. These kind of questions is what you need to ask yourself once you're doing business, right? Because it's important. If let's say that you have 10 sales calls in a month, which for many people might seem already a lot, and you only have 10% conversion, that's not the best number, right? That's not the best number. If you have 20%, that's already a lot better. But how do you get from 10% to 20%? How do you increase your conversion rate if you're talking to people? And I'm talking here about high ticket sales. Now, what is high ticket sales? Um, I would say that a high ticket sale is anywhere between 500 and beyond that. Like anything above 500 would make people stop at least once. Once they see the price, they will stop and they will think about, like, is this worth the investment? And I know, like, you can even go lower than that, but for the sake of this and to make it simple to understand, let's say high ticket is about that. If you have something, if you have a product, a service, anything that is worth that or more, then I would definitely recommend to having some kind of a sales flow that makes sense. And with the sales flow, I mean, what kind of process are you following through a sales call? That needs to be laid out. You need to have a plan. That plan needs to be followed for the simple reason that, well, if you don't have a plan, how are you ever going to know what's working and what's not, right? Because if you don't have a plan and your conversions go up, do you actually know why? Or they go down, do you know why? So if you know these things, you can adjust what you're doing. If you don't know these things, you're just shooting in the dark and you don't really know what you're doing. So that's why I want to show today some kind of an example of a sales flow that you can use in your business. And this flow, I will share this with you here. If you want it, just put a comment and say flow, comment with flow, and I will get you that sales flow that I'm going to present to you so you can use it in your own business. There are no secrets out there anymore. So this is not rocket science. This is not huge secrets. This is practical stuff that you can use in your business. A sales flow, making it uh, making it like normalized, making it practical, making it easy to use. And I'm deliberately saying sales flow. I'm not saying sales script because I don't like sales scripts. Sales script sounds like it's just a robot going through the whole script and hoping that it will work. Now, in some cases, like in high transactional sales, where it's like low ticket and it's highly transactional, like you pay me like this amount of money and I give you this kind of object or something like that, which is easier to sell, that might work in a sales script. But with high tickets, with higher ticket sales, it becomes more emotional. There's more emotion involved into that. There's more psychology involved into that. It's not just about, well, if I give you this $5, you will give me this device that I need right now. So there's no question into this is not even an emotion. I just need it, right? But what we're talking about with service businesses, with coaching businesses, with productized businesses, if you want, we're talking about decent amount of yeah decent amount of money, decent amount of numbers that we want people to sign up for. So we need that kind of sales flow. So let me ask you, do you have a sales flow right now? If you get somebody on a call, do you have a sales flow? Put in the comments if you do, and what does it look like? Like, what are the stages that you're using in your sales flow? I'm curious. I really want to know, because the more that you tell us how you do it, we can learn from each other. That's why we're doing this. That's why we are a community of out and proud business owners. So let me present you what I'm talking about if I'm talking about our sales flow. I'm going to show this. Oh, yeah. First of all, let me show you this. So I want to talk about the monthly focus. So it's about sales. Like the whole month of November, we're going to talk about sales. And at the end of the month, we also have our session with Daniel. Daniel is Titan Master of Sales, and he will present his information. He will do a session where you can ask him any question, and he will give you his advice, his take on your questions, his answers. So just go to here, Technology the World, and just sign up for the Business Lounge. You get a 30-day free trial once you start. So there is no risk at all. And you get amazing Titan Masters, the amazing sessions of them. So, but the sales are the focus of this month. So we're going to do every Monday a session. So today it's about the sales flow. Next week we're going to talk about the call plan. And this is different than the sales flow, as I will explain to you. And then on November 21st, we're going to show you how to create a pitch presentation, how to create a slide deck that you can use during your sales call. And then last Monday, we will talk about objection handling, right? Because that will come up a lot. When you're doing sales calls, you will get a lot of objections. But what we also are going to do from now on, so what we're doing here is all live and is free for everybody in our Facebook community, on YouTube, on LinkedIn. This is for you because I want to provide as much value as I can to you so you can use it, implement in your business, and grow your business, basically. And once you can grow your business, you can also work with us more in depth. But this is what I'm doing in our channels here. But then after this live stream, I will do a hot seat Zoom session in the Out&Proud Business Lounge, which means that if you're joining Out&Proud Business Lounge, you can jump into a Zoom call with me. You can also get the guidance from me. You can get a one-on-one coaching from me about this topic, this exact topic right here. So if you want to do that, just join the Out&Proud Business Lounge, right? And you can jump into those hot seat Zoom sessions and get you moving forward. Anyway, so if we're talking about the sales flow, and by the way, if you have any questions in the meantime, please put them in comments. Let me know. Put them in comments if you have any questions around this, and I'm happy to answer those questions. So, and let me know also where you're watching from. And if you're, hey, hi, welcome to the live stream. If you're watching from the Facebook group, let me know in comments your name because I cannot see in StreamYard, which we're using. who you are. You can see it's Facebook user and nobody else. So I cannot really see your name. So let me know who am I talking to here so I can say your name. Anyway, welcome. Eddie, I love to see Eddie all the time in our live streams. How are you, Eddie? Today it's about sales. So let me ask you, how are your sales? What's going on in your world? Let me know. And it's about sales today. So it's about the sales flow. Do you have a sales flow, Eddie? And I love his enthusiasm. He's doing great. I love to see that. That's amazing. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. I think it's going to be better for everybody to see. You want to learn more about the sales, of course. It's so important. And knowing more about sales is really, really important. And let me tell you that once I started out, I thought that sales was not for me. I hated sales. I thought I hated sales because it was for sleazy people and they just want to do whatever, they want to sell you something you don't need, and you're going to invest a lot of money and you're going to lose a lot of money. So I didn't like sales until I started to learn about sales, until I studied sales, and I realized actually that I like sales and I'm good at it, right? So, and I want to share this with you. I want to share this knowledge with you. I want to share my experiences. I want to, give you all the tools to improve your sales. Because again, my goal is to help you improve your business, and everything that you take from this, you implement. And if you grow your business, that's what I'm looking for. And then you can join our programs even better, even more, and you can get even more value out of that. Then I really want to work with you even one on one. So that's where we're getting it from. Eddie says sales flow. What is a sales flow? Well, glad that you asked. So a sales flow, which I'm presenting here, is basically kind of I would say, a mental model when you're doing sales calls, but it's like a script. While I don't like to use the word script, it's like how you go through a sales call. What are the stages that you use during a sales call? So, and Eddie says, you're changing your approach. I don't want to sell like a car salesman. Exactly. That's a good take on that. I don't want to sound like a salesman or like a car salesman, right? That's not what we do. What we do here within technology is authentic sales, is helping people make a decision. That's what we're doing here. That's why a decent sales flow is so important, right? And that's what we're doing here. And let me just close the door. There we go. And so the sales flow. So let me tell you the mental model first of all. Like what I said, it's like our job to diagnose the problem during a sales call. Even if we have pre-qualified the people already or the leads already, we need to do some of those diagnostics before we actually present them the offer that we have, because I mean, we need to know if we can actually help them. If we cannot help them, then probably they will not even buy from us. And we can spend a lot of time and effort trying them to buy from us, but they will never. Okay. So, first of all, like you have a call set up. Usually, what I do within our sales process is first of all, we have a 15-minute discovery call, like a general chat with somebody just to get to know each other, right? And then if we feel that they are ready, if we feel that they are ideal customer, then we move them to the 30-minute sales call. Because remember, getting into a sales call requires a different mindset than just doing a discovery call, a coffee chat, whatever you want to call it. It's a different mindset, right? Getting them into a sales call. And that's what this sales flow is about. This is about the sales call. Around 30 minutes. Try to keep it at 30 minutes, but sometimes it's going to 1 hour. But the flow. First of all, rapport building. That's nothing new for a lot of people, right? Rapport building is important here. And ask them stuff that relates to them, right? And say something like, I'd love to get started by learning more about your business, goals, and challenges, right? Always ask if they're okay with that. Always ask if they get it. Always ask if they have any more questions about this, right? Because the more that you interact with the people, the better it is. Remember, last Friday we have the book club with Jordan Belfort's book, Staying on the Straight Line. Like, if we have these kind of conversations back and forth, we are in control. Like, don't let it go into the Pluto area, right, where we talk about whatever that is not relevant to what we're doing here. Then set up a little bit of an agenda with them if you want. Like, in this kind of sales call, you can say, like, we're going to look first at, I'm going to do a presentation, I'm going to show you who I am, who we are, what we do, and then by the end we can talk about if this makes sense to you. So put a little bit of an agenda, set the expectations, right? Then the most important step of the whole sales flow is gathering intel. Gathering intel, right? So get these kind of answers from them. Get the information that you need so you can use that as ammunition later in the sales call. The more that you know about the person, the better it is, right? But the more specific about the problem that they have, the better it is. You don't necessarily need to know how old they are sometimes, but you do need to know in specific cases what is their revenue, right? Because that is then the number that you can use at the end of the sales call. Make sense? If it makes sense or not, just put it in comments. And if you have any questions, please let me know. So we have all these questions, blah, 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 to get more intel. Then make them realize, make them imagine what it would look like if they would actually achieve their goals. What do they want? How do they want to live in 12 months from now, in 2 years from now, in 5 years from now? What is their goal? What is their dream? Make them dream. So important. Make them dream. That kind of dream will elicit that will create an emotion in them, that they will connect with what you're selling, with what you're saying. That emotion, you need to get to tap into that emotion if you want to sell something. Once you know their vision, once you know, right, that vision that they have, the goals that they have, again, use that when it comes down to closing a sale. Then go to building your case, right? Building your case means that you let them say what's holding them back. You let them say what are their biggest struggles to get there, because that's where you can then say, like, oh well, look, if that's your goal, I think we have something for you, right? That's like then the bridge. So you ask for permission almost, then you create that bridge where you say, great, I have something that can definitely help you. And Eddie, probably, and anybody that has gone through our boot camp to sell products through social media knows this kind of line, like, I have something that can definitely help you. Because this is what we say in the DMs as well. If we're talking to potential customers and if we want to get them on the phone call in the first place, that's a great line to say to people, because then they will feel intrigued, like, what? You have something for me that will get me to that kind of goal? Yeah, but you have to get on a call with me so I can say what it is, right? So that is one of those sentences that you should be using a lot. Then stating your authority. So here you can say that you're confident about what you do. You can give some social proof. You can show some past results if you want, right? And then you can present your offer. Now, remember that this are the several stages in a sales call. Now, presenting the offer, what we do is actually present a slide deck. like we create a slide deck, and this is part of our monthly focus, because you can see one of the next sessions will be about the presentation. So November 21st, we're going to talk about the presentation, right? This presentation, we are using that during sales calls to present our offer, because we want to make sure that we do not forget anything. And we also want to make sure that our story is straight, that we talk about the same things over and over again at the same way, because we want to know what is working. If this kind of story that we're telling about our offer is working, then we don't need to change anything. But if it's not working, then we need to know which part of the story doesn't make sense, and we need to adjust that. That's why we're using a presentation. That's why we're using that slide deck, right? You can see that you can ask even more questions here if you want as well. But after presenting the offer, so what you should ask is like, does it make sense? Does it make sense is one of those questions you should ask all the time. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Because if they say no, it doesn't, then you have to stop and elaborate on whatever. If they say yes, then they say it makes sense. And this is again psychology as well. The more that they say yes to that question, at the end they will never say no, or they'll always want to keep their answer straight as well. Like if they say it makes sense, why at the end would they say like, yeah, but that kind of thing that you just presented doesn't make sense to me? It does, because they just said it, right? So use that question to get them to that point. And then, yeah, the closing part, like, don't forget that the closing part is right at the end, and it's where you present the price, and it's where you do the objection handling. And the most important part, like if you want to spend 30 minutes with somebody, I would say that go as quickly as you can towards the price and the objection handling, because that will take the most time. Not the presentation, not even the intel gathering. Like all of these things can be done very quickly, pretty quickly, but objection handling, that will take some time. You need to take your time to go through whatever objection that they have, go back to what you told them, and connect that to the objection so you can break that objection, right? That is hugely important, right? Here's an example of that kind of a close that you can use. Just an example. Again, this is not a script. This is a sales flow. So if on a high level, first of all, get into that right kind of mental model, get into rapport building, set the stage, gather the intel, then develop that inspiring vision, make them dream, right? Build your case, then present the bridge, some social proof, present your offer, right? And then do some of the closing. That is like a sales flow that we've used in the past. And honestly, I'm not looking at this document anymore now, because I've done it so many times that it becomes natural to me to do this, right? It's not that hard anymore, right? It's not that hard. Good, you have a sales flow now. Like if you want to just put sales flow in comments and I'll share this with you. Now, don't forget, in 5 minutes, we will switch to the Out&Proud Business Lounge for a Zoom session. If you want to join me, and if you want to present your sales flow, or if you want to go through this with questions that you have so you can build your own, just head on over to the Out&Proud Business Lounge. If you don't know where that is, just go to our website and click on Business Lounge to get there and to sign up for a free trial right there. So this is the sales flow, right? You need to have this. You need to know how to do that before you get on a sales call, right? That's super, super important. So I hope that makes a little bit sense, right? I hope it makes sense. Come up with your questions right now before we jump off, if you have any. Remember that next week we will go through the sales call plan, which is I'm gonna, yeah, looks a little bit like this. Where is it? Here we go. So it looks a little bit like this. And why is this so important? I will talk about that next week. This is the call plan that I've been using for many, many, many months now. Every time that I have a sales call, I'm using this. And I will tell you next week why that is so important. So be here next week, next Monday, same time, same place. Facebook group, LinkedIn profile, YouTube channel, all these places will have this kind of live stream. And if you want to know more, if you want to go deeper into these topics, if you want to get my personalized help, my help one on one, jump into the Out&Proud Business Lounge for our hot seat session after this about the same topics every single time. Because there's nothing like personalized advice. Like, again, you can have all the information that you want, but in the end, it is you that need to take action. And sometimes the information is not enough. Sometimes you need a mentor, you need a coach, you need a guide that has already done it before you, and that can guide you through all the hurdles, all the missteps, all, yeah, the pitfalls, let's say, of all of this. So, Eddie, or anybody else who is watching this live or in the recording, what kind of question do you have after this? What is something that you want to get some answers to right now? Let me know in the comments. It is time. Otherwise, I will have to say goodbye because I have to jump to the hot seat session in the Out&Proud Business Lounge. But I'm already grateful that you were here, Eddie. It's nice to see you. And I hope your business is growing, is getting better and better. And if you have any questions, put them in comments. That's what I'm here for. Let me know. Let me know what you're thinking about this. If this is valuable to you, put it in comments. Give us a heads up. Give us a like. Any way that you can support us is tremendously appreciated. And we're going to do this every single week, right? Providing as much value as we can. We're increasing our community. We're building our community. We're building our information to help you out as much as we can. All right, enough talk, enough things said. Thank you again for watching, and let's head on over to the Out&Proud Business Lounge. I will show it one more time. Go to our website, click on the Business Lounge link, or if you want, you can use this one, but this is a little bit longer. The bit.ly link right here, bit.ly Out&Proud Business Lounge. You can go there as well and sign up to get into the Out&Proud Business Lounge. And I'll see you soon. Keep thriving, Titans. Have a nice Monday. And until tomorrow we have a podcast again with another Titan Master, the Titan Master of Peak Performance, Titan Master of Mindset, if you want. Daryl. And we will see each other tomorrow. Bye-bye.